The day of the launch arrived and the atmosphere buzzed with anticipation as the assembled teams gathered. Zither stood alongside the human leader on the launch pad looking out at the gleaming ship that awaited them. It was a magnificent vessel designed to traverse the stars, blending the best technology from both species. As they prepared for departure, a sense of excitement and purpose filled the air among the crew members. The ship was equipped with advanced navigation systems and life support technology tailored for diverse needs. Humans and aliens moved in harmony, preparing equipment and conducting final checks with impressive efficiency. Zither felt a surge of pride as he observed the teamwork and collaboration that had flourished over the weeks. This mission was more than exploration, it was a testament to their combined strength and ingenuity. As the countdown began, the crew took their positions, securing themselves in their respective seats. Zither and the human leader exchanged a nod filled with mutual understanding and shared commitment. 3, 2, 1 liftoff. The voice of the commander rang out through the ship as the engines roared to life. The vessel shot into the sky, breaking through the atmosphere and into the vast expanse of space. As they entered orbit, the crew erupted in cheers, the exhilaration of flight uniting them in joy. Zither glanced out of the viewport, watching the blue planet shrink beneath them, a symbol of their shared journey. Together they were leaving behind their old lives, venturing into the unknown with courage and hope. This was their moment to explore not only new worlds, but the possibilities of their alliance. Their first destination was a nearby star system, rich with potential for discovery and resource gathering. As they approached the system, the crew worked in tandem, analyzing data and scanning for viable planets. Zither marveled at the brilliance of human creativity as they adapted their technology to new environments. Every discovery brought a sense of wonder, and the thrill of what lay ahead ignited their spirits. They landed on a vibrant planet teeming with strange flora and fauna, a sight that took their breath away. Humans and aliens stepped onto the surface together, marveling at the beauty surrounding them. The atmosphere was filled with the sounds of exotic creatures and the scent of unfamiliar vegetation. In that moment, Zither understood the significance of their partnership. It was a union of exploration and understanding. Teams began to gather samples, conduct research, and document their findings with enthusiasm. Zither observed humans utilizing their creativity to design experiments, while aliens shared their advanced techniques. Knowledge flowed freely as they collaborated on their research and began to understand the new ecosystem. With each step they took together, they forged a deeper connection and respect for one another. As the mission progressed, they encountered challenges that tested their skills and resolve. Strange weather patterns and unpredictable terrain forced them to adapt and innovate on the fly. In these moments, Zither witnessed the true strength of their alliance as they overcame obstacles together. Humans used their resourcefulness, while aliens applied their technological expertise, creating solutions. Their success, built upon their shared experiences, strengthened their bond as allies and friends. With each discovery, they celebrated not just the findings, but the journey they had embarked upon together. Zither felt a sense of belonging he had never anticipated, realizing that this was his new family. Together, they were pioneers of a new era, ready to face whatever the universe had to offer. As they prepared for their return to the ship, Zither looked up at the stars glimmering in the night sky. He felt a profound sense of hope, knowing that they were just beginning to scratch the surface of their potential. This alliance would redefine their place in the universe, and the adventures that awaited them were limitless. In that moment, Zither understood that they were not just exploring new worlds, they were forging a legacy together. In the aftermath of the battle, a sense of calm settled over the compound as the dust began to clear. Zither surveyed the scene, witnessing the resilience of humanity as they tended to the wounded and repaired damages. The camaraderie among the defenders was palpable, each helping one another regardless of species. It was a moment of unity that signified more than just survival. It was the birth of a profound alliance. As the celebrations began, Zither took the opportunity to address the gathered crowd of humans and aliens. "Today, we have proven that together we are stronger," he declared, his voice echoing with conviction. "We faced a common enemy and emerged victorious as allies bound by respect and shared goals." The crowd erupted in applause, a mixture of relief and pride washing over them in waves. The human leader stepped forward, his expression serious, yet filled with hope. "This is just the beginning," he said, looking out at the assembled masses. "We must build on this momentum. We have a chance to explore the universe and confront challenges that await us beyond our world." Zither nodded, recognizing the wisdom in his words, understanding the potential that lay ahead. Plans were made to establish a joint task force focused on exploration and defense against potential threats. Both species would share knowledge, technology, and resources, creating a foundation for collaboration. Zither felt a surge of excitement at the prospect of what they could achieve together. They would not only safeguard their worlds, but embark on a journey to discover the mysteries of the cosmos. As discussions progressed, Zither and the human leader shared ideas on how to enhance their partnership. They proposed joint research initiatives in fields such as energy, agriculture, and medicine. The potential was limitless as they began to outline goals for their joint ventures and aspirations. Humans brought creativity and adaptability, while the aliens contributed advanced technology and knowledge. Soon a council was formed comprising representatives from both species tasked with guiding their efforts. This council would oversee projects, develop strategies for exploration, and address challenges as they arose. Zither felt a sense of purpose as he joined the council, recognizing the importance of their mission. This was not just an alliance, it was a commitment to a shared future rooted in trust and mutual respect. Days turned into weeks as they worked diligently to establish their new collaboration. Training sessions were held where humans learned from the aliens and vice versa. They exchanged skills, honing their abilities and fostering a deeper understanding of one another. Zither witnessed the growth of relationships, friendships forming across the divide of species. One day, while exploring the alien mothership, a group of humans and aliens gathered in a training chamber. They faced off in a simulated battle designed to enhance their tactical coordination and teamwork. The laughter and camaraderie that filled the room was a testament to the bonds they had forged. Zither felt a warmth within him, recognizing that this was what unity truly meant. As they prepared for their first joint exploration mission, excitement buzzed in the air. They would venture beyond their solar system, charting new territories and seeking out new life. Zither and the human leader stood together, looking out at the stars, envisioning the journey ahead. Together they would redefine what it meant to be allies in a vast and unpredictable universe. The first mission was set for launch, and anticipation was palpable as they gathered for the briefing. Each representative spoke about their roles and responsibilities, fostering a sense of shared purpose. In that moment, Zither understood that they were not just embarking on an adventure. They were setting the stage for a new era, a chance to rewrite their destinies together as partners. With the challenges concluded, Zither sensed an undeniable bond forming between the two species. The air was thick with anticipation as they celebrated their victories and reflected on the lessons learned. But the atmosphere shifted once again as the threat of the rival alien faction loomed larger. Zither understood that the initial skirmish was just a glimpse of the dangers they might face together. During a meeting to discuss their next steps, a sudden alarm pierced the gathering, signaling an emergency. Panic surged through the room. The security personnel rushed in with urgent reports of a breach. The same rival faction that had attempted to sabotage their first meeting was attacking again. Zither exchanged glances with the human leaders, understanding that this was a test of their newfound alliance. "We must stand together," he declared, his voice steady as he called for immediate action. The humans nodded, their expressions resolute, as they quickly formulated a plan to defend their base. Zither felt a rush of adrenaline as they prepared for battle, the stakes higher than ever before. This was not merely a fight for survival, but a chance to solidify their partnership through shared struggle. As the alarm blared, the two forces gathered their resources and set defensive positions around the compound. Zither and the human military leader coordinated their efforts, merging technology and strategy seamlessly. The aliens deployed their advanced weaponry, while the humans utilized their tactical training and agility. Together they formed a united front, ready to face the approaching enemy. As the rival faction descended from their ships, the atmosphere became charged with tension. Zither observed the enemy forces, their intentions clear, as they moved with aggression and malice. But what surprised him most was the fierce determination evident in the human ranks. They were not merely defending their home, they were fighting for their place in the universe. The battle erupted with laser fire illuminating the night sky as humans and aliens fought side by side. Zither engaged the enemy with agility and precision, his abilities enhancing the alien force's effectiveness. Humans displayed remarkable bravery, pushing forward with tenacity as they countered the attackers. The combined might of their forces created a formidable resistance that shocked the enemy. During the conflict, Zither noticed a human soldier leading a small team to flank the enemy. The soldier displayed incredible resourcefulness, devising strategies on the fly as they navigated the chaos. Zither felt a surge of admiration for their tactical brilliance, recognizing the strength of human ingenuity. In that moment, he understood the true nature of their alliance. It was built on trust, respect, and mutual admiration. As the battle raged on, the tide began to turn, with humans executing bold maneuvers that caught the enemy off guard. They used their environment to their advantage, creating diversions and traps that weakened the opposing forces. Zither felt invigorated as he witnessed the synergy between their species driving back the attackers. The human spirit was a force to be reckoned with, a combination of heart and strategy that fueled their resilience. Finally, after a fierce struggle, the rival faction began to retreat, their forces scattered and disorganized. Victory was within reach, and the exhilaration of triumph filled the air as cheers erupted among the defenders. Zither turned to the human leader, both panting from exertion, but filled with a sense of accomplishment. "We did it," Zither said, a note of disbelief in his voice, realizing the significance of their collaboration. In that moment, they had not only defended their base, but forged an unbreakable bond between their species. They have faced adversity together and emerged victorious, proving that together they were truly formidable. The battle had solidified their partnership, transforming them from mere allies to trusted friends. As the dust settled and the adrenaline faded, a new chapter began for both humans and aliens united in purpose. With the promise of collaboration hanging in the air, excitement rippled through the assembly. Zither sensed a change among the humans, their energy shifting from cautious optimism to eager determination. In that moment, he understood the significance of this alliance. It was more than mere survival. It was an opportunity for both species to redefine their destinies and explore the vast unknown together. To solidify their partnership, Zither proposed a series of challenges designed to test their abilities. "We must understand one another beyond words," he declared. "A competitive spirit will forge stronger bonds." The humans responded with enthusiasm, eager to prove themselves and showcase their unique strengths. The idea of competition sparked a fire within them, igniting their natural inclination to rise to the occasion. The first challenge was a strategic game inspired by ancient human board games like chess and Go. Teams from both species gathered in a vast arena where holographic displays projected the board. Humans and aliens faced off each side, eager to demonstrate their tactical prowess and foresight. Zither appointed a skilled alien strategist to lead their team, confident in their analytical capabilities. As the game began, tension filled the air with every move calculated and precise. Humans utilized their creativity to devise unexpected strategies, catching the aliens off guard. Zither watched with admiration as they adapted, quickly responding to the ever-evolving game. The humans demonstrated a depth of intuition that went beyond mere calculations, sparking intrigue. After several rounds, the game ended in a narrow victory, for the humans' applause erupted in the arena. Zither felt a mix of admiration and surprise as the humans celebrated their triumph. They had showcased not only their strategic minds, but their ability to collaborate and think outside the box. It was a display of spirit that stirred something within him, a respect that he could no longer ignore. With the first challenge complete, they moved on to the second, which tested their physical abilities. This time the arena transformed into an obstacle course, filled with intricate challenges and tests of agility. Humans and aliens raced against each other, navigating through treacherous terrain and hurdles. Zither marveled at the humans' endurance and determination as they pushed themselves to their limits. The course was designed to challenge both strength and teamwork, and it quickly became clear. The aliens had the advantage of speed and agility, but humans made up for it with their relentless spirit. They encouraged one another, motivating their teammates, pushing through exhaustion to cross the finish line. In a stunning display of determination, the humans secured another victory, igniting their excitement. As the challenges progressed, both species began to appreciate the strengths of the other. The aliens recognized the depth of human ingenuity, while the humans admired the aliens' advanced abilities. It was becoming clear that each species had much to learn from the other, fostering a spirit of collaboration. Zither felt a sense of pride swell within him as he witnessed the blossoming friendship between them. The final challenge was proposed as a test of problem-solving in real-time scenarios. Teams would face simulated crises where they had to devise quick solutions under pressure. As the scenarios unfolded, the arena buzzed with energy, the atmosphere electric with anticipation. Humans and aliens worked side by side, blending their unique perspectives to tackle each challenge. As the competition reached its climax, it became evident that they were no longer mere competitors. They were allies united in a common goal, with every success building trust and understanding between them. Zither felt a profound shift in his perception of humanity, recognizing their resilience was matched by their heart. This partnership was not just beneficial, it was essential for their survival in an unpredictable universe. As the dust settled in the aftermath of the battle, Zither took a moment to gather his thoughts. The humans around him were catching their breath, eyes filled with a mix of exhaustion and triumph. He watched as they checked on one another, offering reassurances and celebrating their shared victory. The camaraderie among them was palpable, a spirit of resilience that sparked curiosity within him. The human leader stepped forward, his expression fierce and determined as he addressed the assembly. "This is a testament to our strength," he declared, his voice steady despite the chaos that had just unfolded. "We have faced challenges before, and we will face them again, but together we are stronger than ever." Zither felt the weight of his words resonating deep within him, stirring something he had not anticipated. With the immediate threat gone, the atmosphere shifted from one of tension to newfound hope. Humans began to share stories of their history, their battles and victories, their capacity for innovation. Zither listened intently as they spoke of their survival against overwhelming odds and their quest for peace. He was captivated by the depth of emotion in their narratives, the pride and pain interwoven with hope. A historian stood and recounted the tale of humanity's first journey to the moon, the triumph of exploration. He described the fervor that drove them to reach beyond their limits, to uncover the mysteries of the cosmos. Zither found himself entranced by the human spirit as they spoke of dreams and aspirations that transcended boundaries. In that moment, he recognized that their strength lay not only in technology, but in their unyielding resolve. As the stories flowed, Zither felt a shift within the alien delegation, a growing respect for their human counterparts. He had initially viewed them as a lesser species, but now he saw potential and determination radiating from them. This was not merely a primitive race, they were fierce, intelligent, and capable of remarkable achievements. Their creativity, their ability to adapt, was a weapon in its own right, and one that could rival even their own. The discussions turned towards the future as humans proposed collaborations on various scientific ventures. A scientist spoke passionately about the potential for joint research in energy solutions and sustainable technology. Zither exchanged glances with his fellow aliens, recognizing the possibilities that lay ahead. It was clear that a partnership could lead to advancements that would benefit both species. In that spirit, Zither stood and addressed the assembly, his voice steady as he spoke. "You have shown great strength today. He began. Your resolve has inspired us to reconsider our approach. We come to offer not just knowledge, but collaboration to share the wonders of the universe together." His words hung in the air, filled with promise and potential, a bridge between two worlds. Humans exchanged hopeful glances, understanding the weight of what was being offered. They recognized that this was an opportunity to elevate themselves not as subservient beings, but as equals. A murmur of agreement swept through the crowd as they considered the implications of their newfound alliance. In that moment, the foundation was laid for a partnership built on respect, shared aspirations, and mutual growth. As the meeting continued, discussions shifted towards exploration and the unknown realms of space. They spoke of distant worlds and possibilities that awaited them beyond the stars, igniting a spark of excitement. Zither felt invigorated by the prospect of this collaboration, knowing they were on the brink of something extraordinary. In this partnership, humanity would not only survive, but thrive, transforming their place in the universe forever. The alarms blared in the conference room, creating an atmosphere thick with tension and urgency. Zither quickly assessed the situation as security forces scrambled to identify the source of the breach. Humans instinctively moved into action, forming a protective circle around their leaders and strategizing. Fear rippled through the assembly, but was quickly replaced by determination as they prepared to respond. Outside the room, chaos erupted as soldiers and security personnel rushed to contain the threat. The alien ships hovered silently above, casting long shadows over the panicked crowds below. Zither felt the weight of responsibility pressing down on him as the humans rallied together. He realized this moment could determine not only the outcome of their encounter, but the fate of both species. As human forces took positions, they activated their defensive systems, preparing for an unseen enemy. A group of military personnel communicated rapidly, their voices calm despite the rising tension. Zither watched in astonishment as humans worked together with a level of coordination he had not expected. They were forming a strategy not out of fear, but from a deep-rooted instinct to protect their own. Suddenly, the room shook as an explosion erupted nearby, sending shockwaves through the building. Dust and debris filled the air, creating a haze that obscured vision and heightened the chaos. Zither's instincts kicked in as he commanded his team to assist the humans in containing the situation. The aliens moved with agility, their forms gliding through the dust as they joined the fray. Within moments, the room transformed into a battleground as the unknown attackers revealed themselves. A rival faction of aliens sought to sabotage the meeting, driven by a desire to undermine the alliance. Their technology was advanced, but their strategies were clumsy against the coordinated human response. Zither quickly recognized that the humans had potential that far surpassed their initial assumptions. As the conflict escalated, humans and aliens fought side by side, facing the attackers with fierce determination. Zither found himself inspired by the bravery of the human soldiers as they defended their home. One soldier emerged as a leader, rallying others around him, urging them to push forward against the threat. His voice rang out above the chaos, a battle cry that ignited a fire in the hearts of those around him. With a unified front, the combined forces devised a plan to push back the attackers. Zither coordinated with the human leader, sharing insights about their technology and strategies. The two groups worked together, seamlessly creating a symbiotic defense that surprised even the attackers. As the tide turned, the humans displayed their resilience, adapting quickly to the evolving situation. The battle raged on, with explosions and laser fire lighting up the surroundings, creating a chaotic dance. Zither felt a rush of adrenaline as he engaged in combat, using his own advanced abilities to assist the humans. In that moment, barriers fell, and a sense of camaraderie began to form between the two species. They fought not as conqueror and conquered, but as allies facing a common enemy. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the attackers were repelled, their forces retreating into the shadows. The room fell silent, except for the heavy breathing of exhausted soldiers and the crackle of damaged equipment. Zither turned to the human leader, both panting from exertion and exhilaration at their shared victory. In that moment, he understood that humanity was not to be underestimated, but embraced as a true ally. As the dust began to settle, a new understanding emerged between the aliens and humans. They have faced adversity together and forged a bond that neither had anticipated in their initial meeting. Zither looked at the faces around him, seeing not just individuals, but a collective spirit that inspired hope. This encounter had shifted the narrative from one of dominance to partnership, creating a foundation for the future. The alien delegation stood before the assembly, their shimmering forms reflecting the soft light of the conference room. Commander Zither surveyed the human representatives, noting their mix of apprehension and curiosity. He was determined to present their species as advanced beings, intent on elevating humanity to new heights. As he began to speak, a subtle hum of energy filled the air, drawing everyone's attention. "We come to offer you a place among the stars," Zither declared, his voice resonating in the minds of the crowd. This statement ignited a flicker of hope among the humans, who exchanged cautious glances. But beneath their optimism lay a current of suspicion, as many wondered what the aliens truly sought. Could they be trusted, or was this merely a guise for domination? The humans presented their innovations, one by one showcasing their technologies with pride. A scientist demonstrated a clean energy device that could power entire cities without pollution. Another leader spoke passionately about humanity's artistic achievements and their relentless quest for knowledge. The aliens watched intently, absorbing every detail, yet remaining indifferent to the emotional weight. Zither felt a growing impatience as the humans rambled on about their petty struggles and triumphs. To him, their achievements seemed trivial compared to the wonders of their own civilization. He raised a hand, signaling for silence, and the room fell still as all eyes turned to him again. "Understand that you stand on the brink of greatness," he began, "but your potential is currently wasted." Humans exchanged uneasy glances at the implications of his words, feeling the weight of judgment. A military general stood and challenged Zither, asserting the strength and resilience of the human spirit. "We have fought against countless odds," he declared. "Our history is filled with survival and triumph." Zither regarded him with a mix of amusement and respect, recognizing the fire behind the human's defiance. The atmosphere shifted as the meeting progressed, with humans pushing back against the aliens' condescension. Each human speaker grew bolder, more passionate, as they fought to prove their worth. They shared stories of exploration and innovation, emphasizing their potential as allies rather than subjects. Zither found himself intrigued by the spirit of resistance and the depth of human emotion. As the discussions continued, it became clear that humanity was not as naive as the aliens had presumed. Humans demonstrated their capability for strategic thinking and creative problem-solving in unexpected ways. A representative suggested a joint venture to explore the stars together, sparking interest among the aliens. Zither's eyes narrowed, considering the implications of such a partnership and the potential benefits. But the discussion also revealed fractures within the human delegation as differing opinions clashed. Some argued for caution, urging against trusting the aliens too quickly, while others embraced the opportunity. The tension in the room simmered as ideas flew back and forth, creating an electric atmosphere. Zither watched the dynamics with keen interest, recognizing that this was no simple species to manipulate. Suddenly, a loud alarm blared throughout the conference room, shattering the atmosphere of diplomacy. All present turned to the screens displaying alerts indicating a breach in the perimeter of the meeting area. Panic erupted as security forces rushed to assess the situation, with confusion spreading like wildfire. Zither quickly assessed the threat, sensing the shift from diplomatic engagement to immediate crisis. As chaos unfolded, the humans instinctively began to rally their resources, forming a plan of action. Zither realized in that moment that the humans were more formidable than he had initially believed. He had come to establish dominance, but now found himself caught in a web of unexpected alliances. This was no longer just a meeting of powers, but a clash of wills where survival instincts would be tested. A colossal alien mothership loomed over Earth, casting shadows that stretched across the landscape. Cities below were a mix of awe and terror as the world held its breath in anticipation. News networks broadcast live images of the ship, its metallic surface glinting ominously in the sunlight. Millions stared at screens, mouths agape, as experts speculated on the aliens' intentions. In the heart of New York City, crowds gathered in Times Square. People whispered in hushed tones. Children clutched their parents' hands, while others raised their smartphones, capturing every moment. Tension was palpable as the ship hovered silently above the skyscrapers, as if time itself had frozen. Then, without warning, a brilliant light erupted from the ship, illuminating the entire cityscape. The light flickered and danced, casting surreal shadows that made the buildings appear alive. It felt as though the very sky had split open, and the alien presence was both magnificent and terrifying. As the brilliance faded, a voice resonated in the minds of every person on Earth, echoing through their thoughts. "We come in peace," the voice intoned an assurance that brought both relief and skepticism. In government chambers, military leaders gathered in urgent meetings, plotting responses to the encounter. Scientists exchanged theories about the alien technology, while diplomats strategized for potential contact. The United Nations convened an emergency session, drawing representatives from every corner of the globe. Everyone understood that this moment could change the course of history. Meanwhile, the alien crew aboard the mothership observed the planet with an array of advanced sensors. They were a highly evolved species, their skin shimmering in hues that shifted with their emotions. Their leader, Commander Zither, surveyed the planet with a mixture of curiosity and disdain. To them, humans were primitive creatures barely worthy of consideration, yet they were intrigued. As they prepared for their descent, Zither gave a command to initiate the contact protocols. The aliens aimed to impress humanity with their technological advancements, showcasing their power. They believed that a display of dominance would ensure compliance and submission from the Earthlings. With calculated precision, they began to deploy smaller craft to the surface. Each sleek vessel glided gracefully through the atmosphere, piercing the clouds like arrows. On the ground, people watched in awe as the ships descended, their metallic forms shimmering against the sky. One by one, they landed in designated zones around the world, glowing softly like fallen stars. The aliens emerged from their crafts, moving with an elegance that commanded attention. The humans chosen for the first diplomatic mission stood in a designated area, their hearts racing. These representatives were a mix of scientists, diplomats, and military leaders, each aware of the stakes. As they prepared to greet their extraterrestrial visitors, they exchanged nervous glances filled with uncertainty. Would they be met with violence, or understanding the world was about to find out? The aliens approached with an air of confidence, their leader stepping forward to address the assembly. "We bring knowledge and opportunity," the alien voice echoed through the air, resonating in their minds. The humans stood in rapt attention, drawn in by the mesmerizing aura of the aliens. But beneath their fascination lingered a question, a fear of what was to come. As the meeting commenced, the humans presented their advancements in technology and culture. They showcased their achievements, their creativity, and their capacity for both destruction and healing. The aliens listened, carefully intrigued yet dismissive, believing they already held the upper hand. Little did they know the humans had their own secrets waiting to unfold in this moment of contact.